everyone, welcome back to the 13 Days of Halloween series, day 11. Today we're going to learn how to make this cute little monster-themed birthday card. And I'm going to be using the Nevermore paper pack as well as the Hovey on Rose paper pack from Close to My Heart. So I'm just going to do some nesting die cutting here, which means I'm just going to cut rectangles that are one size bigger than the other. Starting with this purple piece from the Nevermore kit, which I'm cutting in from the Simon Says Stamp Stitch rectangle die. And then I'm going to be cutting this piece from the Hovey on Rose kit, which you could also be confused for Halloween paper if you don't look directly at the text that's inside the paper. And I'm cutting that slightly smaller. I'm also going to be cutting a piece of black cardstock that is bigger than the other two pieces. That was kind of an afterthought. So now I have these three pieces that I can layer together, but at first I'm going to do the embossing and the stamping using the monster stamp, and this is from Create a Smile Stamps. And if you're interested in the stamp set at all, it's really cute for birthday stamps, for boy cards, masculine cards, Halloween. It's really versatile actually. If you're really interested in the stamp, I'll have it linked to below in my video description as well as on my blog. So I'm going to be stamping it using Versamark ink and then covering it in white embossing powder, and I'm going to be heating that up using my heat gun to make it solid. So I'm using ultrafine or superfine embossing powder from Ranger today because I need this to be detailed. I always like to use text or images with really detailed images. Then I like to use the superfine embossing powder instead of the regular embossing powder. So I'm just going to flick the back to get any excess powder off. As you can see, I never really use an embossing bag and I don't usually have any trouble. So I'm just going to heat that up using my craft gun, and it's just going to take a minute before everything is melted. So you can see the transition there as it melts the plastic and it becomes solid. Next up, I'm inking up the balloons to put in his hand, and I'm going to be embossing that as well using the same embossing powder and the same technique. I had to do these separately because when I stamped in Versamark, I wasn't able to see enough of the monster to be able to stamp accurately with the balloons. So now it comes to the point where I can just nest everything together. You could also do a little bit of distressing using some ink on the edges of these pieces of paper if you'd like to, but I didn't bother doing that today because I wanted to make a quick, easy, and simple card that you could replicate. So using my Tombow Mono liquid adhesive, I just layered the embossed piece onto the purple, and then that piece onto the black cardstock. Then I needed to put a few embellishments on it, and I'm using these stickers that I used in one of the previous videos. These are from the compliments from the Nevermore series. So usually I said these are more for scrapbooking than card making, but I actually was able to use several of these stickers on cards for sentiments as well as embellishments. I try to use similar products throughout the series, so if you're interested, you have lots of ideas using the same stamp sets as well as the same paper and things like that. I hope that helps everyone and you're not feeling like you didn't get enough variety during this series. So now using the Tombow Mono liquid adhesive, I'm attaching my panel that I created onto a white card base. White card base measures 11 by 4 1/4 inches. And I thought about putting it crooked onto the card base to give it kind of some extra dimension, but it ended up looking like I didn't do that on purpose, and it looked ridiculous. So I decided to straighten it out, and then it was fine. Another reason why I did that was my purple panel is actually not the straightest on my black cardstock, and I thought that that would eliminate the look that it was actually off. But overall, I was happy with the end of my card, and I hope you enjoyed this quick, easy, and simple card that you could create for a birthday, especially around the Halloween holidays, or for a masculine birthday card. So up at the top, you can click to visit my blog, as well as a supply list. Over on the right, you can click the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel, or you can click on the video there to see my last video, day 10 for the 13 Days of Halloween. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.